Donald Trump is sinking to new lows on Friday morning after he posted a video depicting former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes. The White House issued a statement saying, "This is from an internet meme depicting Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Please stop the fake outrage and report on something today that actually matters to the American public." Then Senator Tim Scott, MAGA Republican, writes, "Praying it was fake because it's one of the most racist things I've ever seen out of this White House. The president should remove it." And then the White House removed it and then blamed it on a staffer. They took down the video depicting Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as apes, and they said it's a staffer who did it. But before, you had Caroline Leavitt say they did it on purpose and that it's fake outrage to criticize Donald Trump posting photos of Obama and Michelle as apes. At first, the White House said that was perfectly fine and that should be viewed by them as something that the president just does. A senior White House official is now telling the press it was a White House staffer who erroneously made the post. It has been taken down. Well, it was up for 12 hours. It was made fairly late in the evening. So what White House staffer is making posts on Donald Trump's behalf that late in the evening? I mean, it's Donald Trump who's posting these horrific things because he's a horrific person. I mean, we hear what he says. We see his speeches. This is consistent with his zero character that he has. I mean, he has no moral integrity. He's a horrible human being. This is consistent with the person who appears 38,000 times in the Epstein files in over 5,000 documents, who's continuing to conceal 3 million additional documents, which may be as many as 50 million pages, by the way. This is someone who attacks the survivors, re-traumatizes the survivors. This is someone who brags about sexually assaulting women. He says he's rich and you get away with it when you're rich, and talks about inspecting girls at his beauty pageants naked because he says when you own the pageants, they let you do it because you're an inspector. This is someone who has unleashed the ICE and Border Patrol Gestapo to torture, terrorize, and kill people in this country. This is who he is. He's a horrible, horrible human being. We're hearing from a lot of former MAGA supporters, former 3-time Trump voters who have been making it public, especially recently, that they're done with this crap. A Trump voter, for example, called C-SPAN and said, this caller was like, "I apologize to the world. I'm really sorry that I've voted for this guy 3 times. Here, listen to this. This just took place. Let's play it."
Oh, my word. I am a registered Republican. My dad was the president of American Pipeliners Association, so I came by it rather naturally. Voted for the president, supported him, but I really want to apologize. I mean, I'm looking at this awful picture of the Obamas. What an embarrassment to our country. All this man does is tell lies. He is not worthy of the presidency. He takes bribes blatantly, and now he's being a racist blatantly. They were supposed to deport the dangerous criminals. They were not supposed to go after small children, storm schools, bring terror upon, the little kids and the women and children, not just the immigrants in the school. All the children are scared. This is not a decent man. This is not an honest man. He openly takes bribes. He's pathetic as a president, and I just want to apologize to everybody in the country for supporting this rotten man.
John, did you vote for him in all 3 elections?
I did. I was sucked into the stupidity of creating jobs, and there are no more jobs in New Mexico. Things are worse than they were before. You cannot find a primary care physician. Our governor just passed some laws to try to help. If you are a young physician, we want you in New Mexico. Come here. There's a great need for you.
All right.
As our editor-in-chief, Ron Filipkowski, writes, so when Caroline Leavitt was asked about it, she defended it, said there was nothing wrong with Donald Trump posting images of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as apes. Now, after a huge backlash, they took it down and are blaming a staffer. Because it's always a staffer, it's always an advisor, never Trump himself, even when it's up on his personal account for 12 hours. Personal responsibility. Didn't the MAGAs always lecture everybody else on personal responsibility? But when it comes to everything that Donald Trump does every day, he has to be treated like a baby. Sure, he said that on day one, he would make things more affordable. But he didn't really mean that. And it's the Democrats' fault, and it's Biden's fault, and it's Obama's fault. Sure, Donald Trump said that he would end the war in Ukraine in 24 hours from Russia's invasion, but it's not his fault. What was he supposed to do? It's tricky. And by the way, he solved 8 other wars that they're just going to make up that didn't actually get solved, and he's made things much worse. Over and over again. And by the way, we all know one of the reasons why Donald Trump posted that racist meme. One, because he's horribly racist, and he's been horribly racist his entire life. So that's one. And number 2, he wants to distract from the Epstein files with the racist post. He's like, oh, how am I going to move the publicity away from, because that's how he thinks in publicity. How am I going to move the publicity and PR away from Epstein? Let's make the PR and publicity about the racism. No, we're going to focus on the fact that you're all of the above. Okay? You're a potpourri of disgusting. The American people are getting it. Take a look at how independents feel about Donald Trump's handling of the economy right now. Let's play this clip.
I guess the question, as we get closer and closer to the midterms, which party do people trust, knowing how they feel about how Donald Trump has handled things when it comes to the economy?
Right. The economy, right? Affordability. You know, Donald Trump has been dismissing affordability concerns. But when 54% say the top priority should be lowering prices, not much of a surprise, right? Party trusted more in affordability. Overall, it's the Democrats by 14. Look at this. Among independents, I'm laughing. It's 39 points. It's a blowout. This is the entire ball game right here. And when you're having a 39-point lead among independents, a 14-point lead overall on affordability, and right now the top priority, the Americans say, should be lowering prices for the Trump administration. This is the type of formula that equals major success for the Democrats come the midterms, if it holds.
And we have seen that in the special elections. We'll see if that holds in the midterms.
We shall see, Sarah.
The world gets it. Look at this headline from the Financial Times. Donald Trump's policies dent international travel to U.S., a blow to tourism sector. Foreign visitors to the U.S. fell 4.2% in 2025, while international travel worldwide rose 4%. Looks like Disney's warning about fewer foreign tourists to the U.S. was no joke. We know that. I mean, the boycott from Canada to the U.S. is at like 50, 60%. Europe, it's like that as well. You know, and it's just so fascinating too, because, you know, you see how reactive and weak Donald Trump is, right? Like Donald Trump's been attacking India and refusing to, you know, just acknowledge, you know, the prior trade relationship between U.S. and India. But he's doing this with the rest of the world. But then the European Union enters into a trade deal with India that the president of the EU Commission calls the mother of all trade deals. So then Donald Trump panics. He's like, I got to do a trade deal. So then Trump does a deal with India, and then Trump claims that India is not going to be buying any oil from Russia, which is just BS. India is going to continue to buy. Show me on the paper the enforcement mechanisms for this, Donald. It's all a fugazi. The guy just lies about everything. This from the Financial Times. India hails Donald Trump's deal. And then they put deal in quotes because it's all BS. But ducks discussing Russian oil ban. Analysts are deeply skeptical of U.S. president's claim that Prime Minister Modi has promised to stop buying crude from Moscow. And as Carl Quintanilla says, Modi is giving him a taste of his own medicine. When you break down a rules-based global order and there's no rules, people just go, okay, got it. You lie, we lie, none of it exists. Oh, okay, Donald, we're going to give you $1 trillion. Okay, Donald, sure. You know, we're not going to buy oil from Russia. but you'll drop your tariffs, right, Donald? I mean, again, it's just so completely pathetic. We're also learning, we talked about this yesterday, that Donald Trump has been trying to shake down Democratic senators and say, okay, I'll give you certain funding, like in New York. You want me to help you build some tunnels in New York? But you got to name Penn Station, Trump Penn Station. Hey, you want me to help release some funds for airports? You got to name Dulles Airport after Donald Trump. So I love this. You have Governor Newsom's office posted, welcome to Washington Trump Epstein International Airport. By the ways, I go through those Epstein files over and over and over again. You just see more stuff. This is an email from Ghislaine Maxwell to Jeffrey Epstein. Take a look right here. They're talking about an individual they met. They said, meet him. He's interesting. Very much like Joe Roberts. Boring, rich, hick. Remember, he is the one who was blackmailed by the girl in Palm Beach from Donald Trump's party. There's so much reference. As I said, there's 38,000 references to Donald Trump in those files. Contrast, though, what I showed you there with, I just want to show you this, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's speech this morning. And he announces a new executive order protecting New Yorkers from abusive immigration enforcement. And I just want you to watch this because it serves in such stark contrast to the lunatic that is Donald Trump, to have a leader actually leading. Play this clip.
If faith offers us the moral compass to stand alongside the stranger, government can provide the resources. Let us create a new expectation of City Hall, where power is wielded to love, to embrace, and to protect. We will stand with the stranger today, tomorrow, and all the days that are still to come. And that is why this morning, right here in this moment, I shall sign an executive order that will uphold our city's protection not just of our fellow immigrant New Yorkers, but of all New Yorkers from abusive immigration enforcement. This order is a sweeping reaffirmation of our commitment to our immigrant neighbors and to public safety as a whole. We will make it clear once again that ICE will not be able to enter New York City property without a judicial warrant. That means our schools, our shelters, and our hospitals. That means we will protect New Yorkers' private data from being unlawfully accessed by the federal government and stand firmly against any effort to intrude on our privacy.
But then again, we have regime media here in the United States, and you've got these weirdo MAGA leaders like Michelle Bachmann who are out there saying, well, I'll let you listen to what she has to say. Let's play this clip.
They see Gavin Newsom as this big beauty, but I would say I'd put up Donald Trump against him any day. I mean, here you have Donald Trump, who's in his very late 70s. The guy is absolutely handsome, incredible shape. He's married to the most beautiful woman in the world. And I'd put Donald Trump up against Gavin Newsom any day of the week. And Gavin wouldn't even be in the same league as Donald Trump. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
And lastly, I'll leave you with what they said on Fox this morning. Let's play it.
But don't exaggerate. Hyperbole, it doesn't work. No. You can't keep on saying this is the greatest economy that the world has ever seen and the prices are falling and falling and falling. People won't believe you if you say that.
Well, that's right, Stu, because when you say that we have the best economy in the world and Americans are not feeling that, then they not only don't believe you, they feel abandoned. They want to know that they've got the guy that's fighting for them.
There you have it. Let me know what you think, everybody. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million. We're very close to 6 million subscribers. Do you see? We're like 80,000 away. So you may think you're subscribed, but you may not actually be subscribed. Or if you want to help us get to 6 million subscribers, after this video ends, can you call up or text message? Do this. After the video ends, text message just 2 or 3 people you know and ask them if they watch the MeidasTouch Network, and send them this video or send them some morning videos and ask them to subscribe. That's a great way to help us out this morning. Thanks for watching and have a good one.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.